So let me introduce you to the pipetting tools that we're going to use here. This is a pipetting tool rack. Just has a nice place to put these. And it's good practice to leave these upright when you're not using them. So they're going to have some liquid interacting in the bottom. And really at no point do we want any of that liquid touching the instrument itself. So the instrument uses these dedicated tips here. Takes back down. So this is a box of tips sized for the instrument. So the ones that are yellow tops, not always, but the ones we have in lab are nicely color coded. Yellow top goes with yellow tips. And so the plastic bottom of this really is just meant to hold on to the plastic tip. So this tip, I got it out of a sterile container. It's going to be sterile. I don't want to touch it to anything except the liquids that I'm going to transfer. And this is basically a temporary container for some amount of liquid that we can control. So the way we control that is that this is an instrument that is calibrated to expel a certain amount of volume. And if I expel that volume of air, then I can, in pulling it up, replace it with that specific volume of liquid. So this is adjustable. On the back here, I have a portion with some numbers. And as I turn, I can change this to adjust the amount. The line there, so I've got a 0994. The line between the 9 and the 4, that's meant to be the decimal place. So probably before you get started with your instrument, you want to consult somewhere on here. They usually tell you what their size range is. So this says 50 to 500 microliters. I'm sorry, I'm reading that upside down. 20 to 200 microliters. Let's hope this video doesn't get reversed. 20 to 200 microliters. Over here on the side it says 200. So I'd be able to adjust this somewhere between that range, 20 and 200. So don't want to adjust it beyond the range that it's meant to use, but 100 is a pretty safe spot. Maybe I'll just leave that at 100. So this is 100.0 as I have it right there. It has 2 stops at the top, so I can push this into the first stop. That is the 100. So whatever I've adjusted it to, the place where it stops, that's the volume that I set it to. There's also, if you look, there's a second stop. I can keep pushing, and that's meant only for when you're spitting something out. This second stop allows you to put some air behind it and spit out any last liquid that might be stuck in the container, in the tip. All right, so let's see if we can take some liquid up that is 100 microliters here. So I've got my rack of labeled tubes. I'm gonna open just the one that I wanna use. And I'm gonna you guys are gonna start with a different starting liquid. I'm gonna get mine straight out of here. So I want to keep this sterile. I've swirled it. That's an important process. Swirl or vortex to mix. I'm going to put the pipettor plunger down to the first stop. That's spit out 100 microliters. Now I'm going to put it just the plastic tip that I've added into the liquid and draw that up. Watch it go up into the tip. So that should be exactly 100 microliters. So this is a very nice instrument for getting these precise amounts. So 100 microliters there. And I take it and put it into my destination container plunge. And then if I want to put down to the last stop, that should put out some air to make sure all the liquid's out. And then take it out of the container. And then I can relax the plunger, and it's just going to replace a little bit of air back up in there that this is now effectively empty. And this container effectively has 100 microliters of cell culture in there.